everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their teams to victory. It's the Vikings going up against the Packers.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Green Bay Packers. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Caught by Montgomery. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
319.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up fourth. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Second down following the run. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he is knocked down from the side at the 47-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Rodgers will try again on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line.
Well, you had the punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Second down, Cook. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
A first update now from Cincinnati. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. 20! And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eric Kendricks coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. so the D-line's going to spread out.
26.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before. Almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Jones, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
To throw on 3rd down. Rodgers. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get... On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Able to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the 1st half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Rodgers now to throw. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play?
Partner, I know I'm supposed to really describe what happened there. I'm counting on you for this one. That was one weird play.
Well, what I was going to ask you, in these situations, shouldn't these guys just dive on the football around the goal line rather than try to make a heroic return?
That's what they're taught, but sometimes in the heat of battle, sometimes that heroic stuff comes to the front when you really don't need it.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here's Rodgers to throw. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 30. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They start the drive with Cook. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Play fake. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. Touchdown, Vikings. Bucky Hodges, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked something else, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Elsewhere on this Sunday in the NFL, they're in the 2nd quarter in Detroit. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
kills.
Speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over. 26-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Handoff comes to Cook. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score. Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive. Poor punter. Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more after this. Throwing on second down. The left side throw complete to Adams. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of. Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away.